Only us, right? That's right.
How long was that?
It was probably a good 20 minutes
Oh
that
my
we were in.
gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was silly for us to think that we would have gotten it the first time around anyway.
Honestly, yeah, there's been a big ass learning curve
Technical difficulties.
for real.
All right, take 2.
For sure. Oh my God. I need a drink after that, actually. Hi, I'm Sabrina.
And I'm Marisol.
And this is the Unfiltered Vibes Podcast where we vibe out and share life unfiltered. Yeah, so this is take 2. We had some technical difficulties. But yeah, I mean, we're doing everything ourselves from me figuring out
Our manager has left.
from me figuring out the microphones, how to record.
It's not as easy as it seems. It is
really
not as easy as it seems.
Like, y'all, the behind the scenes work that we've put in for the last like almost 2 months.
Has it been 2 months already?
Yeah, I think we kind of started in like January-ish.
Oh.
Like after you
Holy
had the
shit,
baby.
we are in March. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're in March. So but hey, we're here on the couch with our mics, with our setup. So it's real, y'all. Yeah. And I'm so glad that we kind of like did this too. Just I think it'll be really impactful and
therapeutic
for us and our guests too when we start having guests, which I am so excited about to not only talk shit with you, but talk shit with our friends.
Yes, for sure. We definitely have some empowering women in our friend group. So we're excited.
Yeah. So a little bit about me. So obviously I'm Sabrina. I'm an Aquarius. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a newfound gym rat. A new real estate agent and soon to be doula. So I have a lot of hats.
Yes. Yes,
but I love them all, honestly. Like, I'm so excited about my new career in real estate and seeing all the opportunities that that's going to bring. And I'm really, really excited about becoming a doula because you know how passionate I am about, you know, just women and empowering them throughout their birth and just making or preparing them, should I say, to have the most positive birth that they can possibly have, and feel empowered and have someone who's going to be there to advocate for them too. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm really passionate about breastfeeding. So I'm also going to become a lactation counselor, I guess. Consultant. I'm so excited about all of that, and I love my family and my friends so much, and I'm such an empath, so I'm always that person that everyone can like lean on and vent to and ask for advice, and like that's just like where my heart is. I just love helping people and advocating for them and pouring into them so that they can be their best selves all the time.
Yeah, you're definitely my go-to. Well, yeah, I don't wear that many hats. I mean, I think I work, obviously. I work in accounting for a construction company in New York. And don't ask me why, because I suck at math, but that's why calculators were invented. I'm also a mom. I'm also a wife. And that pretty much takes up a lot of my time. Oh, shit, I just turned my microphone off. So doing this has definitely opened a new door for me because as Steph was mentioning last night, she was like, why are you even doing a podcast? Like, you are literally the most private person ever. And I'm like, yeah. So it's time to like kind of like step out a little bit. out of my comfort zone. So, and do something different. What else? What else about me? Oh, I try to go to the gym. But she goes at 5 a.m, and I don't think I can do that.
It's life changing. Like waking up that early and just starting your day with moving your body. Like it just gives you like this rush of energy, and like you can just it just sets you up for a
Oh,
great
I'm
day.
sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure. But it's just
I know it's not easy for real. Like some days I'm just like so tired that I don't want to go, but I just always say I'm like my body will thank me later. And honestly, like I'm so happy I started because in the last 3 months that I've been like consistently working out, or specifically the last 3 weeks that I've now been working out 4 days a week, my body has changed so much. And
oh yeah,
I'm
I've
just like
seen in the video. Like
yeah,
that's
my little
crazy.
tiki talk. Yeah, I'm trying to share more of my fitness journey just because like, I don't know, like everyone just glorifies this like snapback that mothers have postpartum, and that's just not the case for most of us. To be honest, like your body takes at least 2 years to even get back to semi-normal.
Yeah.
And like you're never your old self again.
No, definitely not.
And so yeah, like
and
my
not
body,
even just physically, but mentally as well.
yes,
Mentally, it's
that
a
part.
whole different what am I trying to say?
Like ball game, just
yeah,
that's a whole different thing. Like motherhood and postpartum, like it's just, well, yeah, that we'll save that for another episode. But yeah, I'm so happy we started this podcast, and shout out to my husband because it's really
his idea.
his idea for sure. Well, he kind of like planted the seed in my head, and then we took it from there.
Yeah, we wanted to do pour it out sessions, meet up once a month, have a couple drinks, have a couple snacks, and just kind of catch up with everything that's going on. So that's when our manager Rangers came in, and he's like, "I'll manage the whole thing."
No, but for real, yeah, he was like, "Oh, pour it out sounds like such a good podcast name."
And we did actually want to name it Pour It Out, but there was I think 3 other podcasts, and we're like, no. So follow us at Unfiltered Vibes Podcast on Instagram.
Yeah. So
and YouTube, right? We'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll be on YouTube. That's what I'll be working on today. Yeah, shout out to him. And honestly, like we need to get out of our little shelter. Like we are very like to ourselves, very private people, like she was saying. And I think we have such like powerful stories and know so many people that also have powerful stories. And like, why the fuck not just sit on a couch and put it out there, real life shit, unfiltered, and just us talking. And include you guys with us and share our friends' stories that are super impactful too. And just kind of like see where this takes us and give y'all something to relate to and to listen to in the car besides some Megan Thee Stallion or Bad Bunny or Karin Leon.
I am not a Megan Thee Stallion. Actually, I don't. I think when I listen to music, it's usually Mexican music. Like that's really all I listen to.
I'm getting into it. Like I'm trying to like prepare.
You know what Yasmin said the other day? She's like, I can't even believe like they listen to Mexican music, but it's like the same thing as us listening to like Karol G. Because yeah, but like when Puerto Ricans listen to Mexican music, I think is way different than Mexicans listening to like Puerto Rican music.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not
the
same.
It's not the same. No, because everybody loves them some reggaeton.
Yeah.
But like, who's gonna love them some corridos or all that good stuff? And I'm really getting into it. Like, I love me a little ballad with some cortavena in there. Like, tell me how much you love me. So I'm getting into it.
Yeah.
And I'm preparing for hopefully us going to Puerto Rico to go to the concert. Because that'll be a lot of fun.
Yes.
We'll have a good time.
For sure. I've been to Puerto Rico more times than Sabrina has.
Yes, sad
She's
but
been
true.
saying for years she wants to go to Puerto Rico.
Except
Hasn't
I've
made
been to
it.
Mexico 2 times in the last like 2 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've been opposites. She's been to Puerto Rico and I've been to Mexico.
Oddly enough.
Yeah. So obviously we're Latina, right? So I'm Puerto Rican, and yeah, I grew up in a pretty strict Catholic household, where with me and my sister, so we weren't that big. But my parents, they come from big families. Like my mom's like one of 10, and my dad's one of I think 6. I don't know. We're not that close to his family, but yeah, like we are always doing something. All of our family events were super big, and like it was always just so much fun when like our families got together. And it makes me sad that it looks so much different now. But yeah, that's life. And I don't know, just growing up in like a strict Catholic household, like my parents were like really strict with like obviously having 2 girls, you kind of have to like keep an eye on them. But with me and my sister, I don't know, like it was just I think they realized that like having such a strong hold on me specifically, because I was a little bit of a rebel. Like if I wanted to do something, like sometimes I would ask for permission, and if they said yeah, then cool, great. But if
If
they said
not.
no, I was still gonna do that shit and just suffer the consequences. Like I got my ass whooped so much more than my sister, like by both of my parents. My sister's was spanked by my dad one time in
Oh
her
my
whole
God.
life.
It's so different when it comes from the dad, because I remember my dad, he almost punched me once, and he's not a violent guy at all. It's usually mom who's like smacking us up and down with the belt or whatever, but
Mhm.
like it was just so upsetting. I forget what the hell I did. I think I ran away or something. I don't know. He was so mad.
No, my dad punched me dead in my forehead one time.
He didn't actually do it. He was about to, and
Oh
I was
no,
like,
my dad
"What?"
punched me. He punched me
Oh
right
my
in my forehead.
gosh.
I mean, I love you, Bob, and I totally
Sorry.
get it. Like now that I'm a mother, like I understand their frustrations and like why, they did some of the things they did. Um, yeah, I'm just thinking back to that day. Oh my god, it was my first detention. And so I was in middle school at this point. My sister was still in elementary school. So, like, I would go pick her up from school and then we would walk home because it wasn't that far. So, I would get off the bus stop and then go pick her up. But I got my detention. So, I couldn't go pick
You,
her up because
so
I was
you just
stuck in
left her there.
detention. No, instead of waiting at the school for me to end up showing up, she decided to walk home by herself. And
Well, how was she supposed to know if you were ever going to show up?
just wait it out, girl. So she decided to walk home, and then we show up to go pick her up. She's not at the school. We go home. She's not home. And so we're walking. My
Oh
dad's going crazy.
no.
Like his wheels are just spinning
For
as a
sure.
parent.
For
Like, oh my
sure.
God, someone kidnapped her.
Yeah.
She's lost. Da 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 da. So then eventually, like, we're going around the blocks, just trying to look for her. We get home and we see her, and she's crying and scared and all this stuff. And that just set my dad off.
Oh, poor
And
Brenda.
he turned around and was so mad at me. He literally just said, and just punched me in my forehead. And I threw my book bag at him and I just took off running inside the house. And yeah, so.
That's
So
hilarious.
yeah, like growing up as the oldest, yeah, you get the brunt of everything. You're like
Mhm.
pretty much they go hard on you and then take it easy on the younger ones. And that also being the oldest comes with so much pressure as a like older sister too. Like I just always felt that pressure of like being a role model and doing best and trying to like set an example for her, even though like honestly as a child I was not the best. I was such a little bully. And yeah,
Mhm.
anyway, like I still felt that pressure even now. Like I kind of still, not that it's not pressure, but it's like a little bit, because like I still want to be a good example for her. I still want to show her like this is the life that you can create for
Right.
yourself, and the woman that you can be, and the mother that you can be, and the wife that you can be, and that you can find a partner that loves you and respects you and build a life together that you love, and chase after your dreams and wear all these hats and no one can stop you from doing that.
Right.
So, yeah. Um, yeah, I loved growing up in like a big family, even though it looks a little different now, just because I'm an adult and I see things a little bit more clearly. And yeah, so I just have cut off a lot of relationships with some of my family members, and I don't engage in
And at
that.
the end of the day, yeah, you have your own family now that you created, and then you
Mhm.
have to protect that piece too. So
Mhm.
I completely understand. I also grew up in a strict environment with my parents. They're pretty strict too, still till this day. I am Mexican, by the way. And growing up Mexican really wasn't easy, I guess, because going to all, I guess, white schools that came with a lot of racism. So I've always been bullied. I've always been called like a dirty Mexican. So I think that's why I was so like I always have like this defense thing about myself. Um, but I do have a big family, thankfully. We drive each other crazy, but every Sunday we try to make sure that we go to my parents' house and we have family Sundays. We'll see all the kids. So you'll have like all the adults, and then you have like 30 kids running around. It gets a little insane. But family is everything to me. So
And how many siblings do you have again? I always forget.
I have 2 brothers and 3 sisters.
Damn.
Yeah,
And what number are you?
I'm the fifth. I am the fifth.
Oh, so you were the baby.
I was never treated like the baby. The baby is now treated like the baby.
How many years are you in like apart from like your younger and the one that's right above you?
They are about 22 years. So
No, no, I'm
Ellie,
saying like you and Yasmin, how far are you apart?
oh, 8 years.
And then you and who's above you? Like who's the right?
Martin's above me. We're about a year and a half. And then
That's
Adolfo.
such a big difference.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
from
I don't know.
like
I
the
think I,
jump from you to Yasmin.
Yasmin might have been an accident. I'm going to have to get back to my mom on that.
Because like I feel like all of you, all the older ones are super like closer in age. Like your two older sisters and the
Hmm.
two boys, and then you are all like, you know,
Yeah.
like in I don't know, but you're like a lot closer than like in age than Yasmin.
Yeah, for sure. And I think a lot of the time she prefers to hang out like with her friends or like with my nephews because they're all like close in age. Like
Mhm.
Brian's around her age,
Mhm.
and things like that. So, but nonetheless, I don't think you're an accident. I mean, I'm gonna clarify, but
It's all right, honestly. Though you, how do you really even like? I mean, Roman was kind of planned, but also like it just happens. Like you
hmm
can try and try and try, and then it finally happens.
yeah,
And so nothing's really ever an accident. God knows what the fuck he's doing.
for sure. Yes, I tell myself that all the time.
Yeah, you just gotta trust the process. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay,
Okay.
I really just want to jump into Love is Blind
Oh yeah.
because you've never seen it. I've seen
No.
all the seasons because, yeah,
So how does it start? Like they throw 10 men and 10 women into one house and then you just
yeah,
pick
okay.
one?
I'm sorry. I forgot that you didn't start from the beginning of the
No.
season. Okay,
No.
so Love is Blind is pretty much they go to a city and they pick single women and single men, and then they live each in separate quarters, and then they date each other with a wall. Like so they're just talking and like they don't ever see each other until the man proposes. And
Okay.
then so he proposes to the person who
The
he
voice.
like the voice that he falls in love with, and then they meet. And then once they get all the couples that have been engaged, they all go to um what they call it a honeymoon. So they'll go to like a resort where all the couples go, and then they spend I think a couple days there, and then they all go back home and they spend like 2 weeks living together like preparing for the wedding and seeing like how they really work out in
So this
real
is
life.
like a 3-week process for them to
I
like
think it's
fall in love and
like
get married.
3 weeks or a month. I don't know. I don't know for sure like the timeline, but I know it's like somewhere in between there.
That's crazy.
Because they really only are in the so they call it pods. Like the little rooms that they're dating each other in with a wall. For like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then they go to the resort for like a week, and then they're home for like a week or two. So it's not like I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks, something like that.
Okay.
And then they decide if they're gonna get married, and then they go and have this like wedding and stuff. And then at the altar, they decide if to say yes or no, which is what you saw pretty much them going to the altar because you only watched the last two episodes. And then we'll have to come back because they're having the reunion in a couple days. So we'll have to watch the reunion, and then
we'll get back to you.
Get back to them with her comments on the reunion and stuff. All right, so now that we got that out the way, lay it on me, girl. Lay it on me.
Okay.
What you
I'm
saw.
sorry. Yeah. So I only watched
episodes.
the last 2 episodes, but oh my god, one, I don't really watch any of these shows. Okay. And then Sabrina has me watching this show that is totally not my vibe and whatever. But anyways,
I'm broadening your horizon.
Chelsea stood out to me, and that is so funny that you actually made me watch the show, because the only thing that I saw on the internet was that they were comparing her to Megan Fox, or someone said that she looked like Megan Fox, and then it turned into like this huge thing.
So in the pods, her and oh my god, who did she?
She's either with Trevor or Jimmy.
All right. Oh, it's Jimmy. So her and Jimmy are in the pods, and they're on a date. And she was like, "Oh, who is your celebrity lookalike?" Or something like that. Or who do they say that you look like as a celebrity? And she was like, "'Cause I always get Megan Fox."
Okay, so that's how it started.
So
everyone was clowning
he had
her
this
after
image
that.
in his head. Like, I think that's why he really kind of chose her too. Was
Oh,
he was like,
shit.
"Oh my god, she's so hot that she looks like they say that she looks like
Megan Fox."
And then I don't know if you probably did because you only watched the last 2 episodes. So then after they got engaged and they see each other, he goes, "She lied to me."
Oh no! Which
lied.
one? Trevor or Jimmy?
Jimmy. So
okay.
Jimmy, yeah, because she doesn't meet Trevor until they're home and at that pool party scene or whatever.
Okay, because I did get that she was in love with both of them.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was like a love triangle.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like Trevor was about to propose to her too. But Jimmy proposed first and she said yes to him. But I think honestly, if Trevor would have proposed to her first, she would have said yes to Trevor, not to Jimmy. I don't think she really had like her mind made up.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay.
But now, yeah, that whole Megan Fox shit, that shit on the internet.
Yes. So I saw that first, and then, I saw that on the internet first, and then when you told me to watch it, I was like, that's that girl that they said looked like Megan Fox, and no, she does not. No. So then I kind of said that Sarah Ann is a dusty bitch for getting in between an engagement.
Oh, absolutely. Like, bitch, the fucking audacity. Like, I dare you. Message my man. Message my man what you said. Because, girl, I would drag you all across the fucking
For sure. And she tried to justify herself the entire time. Like, I was like, can you just shut the hell up?
I hear where she's coming from. Like, she has to, like, put her feelings out there and stuff. But that's a whole engaged ass man. He chose her. He didn't choose you.
Right.
Like, even if he felt like he had made the wrong decision, he should have been man enough to say, "Oh, I think I made the wrong decision" to Laura. And then go do whatever the fuck you want to do with Sarah Ann, because that whole situation, that little love triangle had me fucked up. I feel so bad for Laura. Like, girl, I love Laura. Like, she really tore his ass to pieces. Like, she literally told him, "Go kick rocks with open-toed shoes." Like, I love love that. Like, I'm definitely putting that in my notes to use in the future, because absolutely, like, go fucking kick rocks with open-toed shoes. For you to go jet ski with that bitch too, right in her face.
Right. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Absolutely not.
And then it was a shocker for me that Chelsea, was it Jimmy, that stated he didn't want to go to the altar, because I literally thought they were going to, but her dress was ugly anyways. So,
honestly, I'm not a Chelsea fan. She's super toxic, super like self-conscious, like has just very low self-esteem and stuff because she was really just projecting all of her insecurities onto Jimmy and making him seem like the bad guy when it really was just her like creating issues the whole time out of small shit, and then her not respecting like his boundaries and stuff. I know it's a little controversial, but like him sharing something that was personal to him that he didn't want on camera.
now
Like,
I didn't catch that part. What was the personal part?
so he had two really close girl best friends, and one of them apparently like he had sex with. And so he didn't want that on the show. Like he didn't want that info that they had sex on the show. So he
Was
told,
she on the show?
yeah, she was on the show.
Oh,
Like Chelsea met his two friends that were girls, and the one that he had, like the one of them he had sex with. But
okay.
he told Chelsea that out of confidence, and he didn't want it on the show. And then she threw that shit back in his face, like she's like, oh, I'm not comfortable you hanging out with your girlfriends and stuff, and I know you fucked her. You told me you fucked her. Like I think you saw that scene um in the last two episodes. And yeah, like I just don't respect that, because if he told you something out of confidence, like even though it made you feel some type of way, like you need to honor him not wanting that information out there and stuff, because like that's also someone else that's involved in that situation or whatever. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he did the right choice of not going to the altar, because
At least he was man enough to say, I'm not going to the altar,
yeah.
because holy shit, I was really rooting for Amber and Clayton. And that was just like, it was like there and then bam. I was like, what the fuck?
Disappointing as fuck. Like, how the fuck are you gonna go on a show where you're literally supposed to like get married? Like, you're going on a show to find your wife, and then say, I'm not ready for marriage. Like, you should have fucking had that in your head before you went on the fucking show where you're supposed to find someone you're gonna get married to.
Yeah.
Like him saying, I'm not a worthy husband or whatever. Like you deserve me being 100% about. Like at least he was honest and like truthful about his feelings. But boy, you played with all of our fucking time, not just AD's time. Like you wasted everyone's time. You wasted time on the show. If you knew that you did not want to be a husband, wrong fucking show. Wrong fucking show.
Yeah, I was rooting for them.
I
They
was
looked
rooting
good
for them
today.
so
They look
hard.
good together too.
They look so cute together. I love Black Love. They just complimented each other so well. And I don't know, like she really just deserved like her happy moment. Like I love her. And yeah, he really fucked fucked that shit up.
He did. He sure did.
But I think oh my goodness, who is it? The ones that got married.
I didn't
It's
I didn't finish
I
the
wrote it
last
down.
episode.
Oh my god. I think I wrote it down. Why can't I think of them? Oh my god. They were so cute. It was a Latina and a white boy with long hair.
Yes.
I can't
forget
think of
her
their
name
names.
though. I know who you're talking about.
Amy and Johnny.
Okay.
Amy and Johnny. They're so cute. They were so cute. I was not like picturing them to go together, to be honest, but like they're really so cute together. And like her dad, oh my god. Oh, did you watch that?
No,
Okay,
I don't think
so
so.
her dad was just like so emotional, like seeing her dress like before they got married and even at the wedding and stuff. Like that should have just made me tear up, because it's just like, oh, I love that. Like I love, like I'm a daddy's girl, so I love seeing like such healthy like dad and daughter relationships, and just how much he really cherished her and like saw that she was happy and he was happy for her to get married to Johnny. And it was just a little cute little fairy tale moment for the both of them.
Well, we are definitely wishing them the best. So
yeah. All right. Well, we'll be back to talk about the reunion at the next episode, maybe.
Okay.
Or
and then we're gonna have to switch up shows because I'm not watching this shit again.
No, I think they're done for now. until they have another season. We'll find another show. I'll
Yeah.
find another show.
Yeah.
See, I love reality TV. So I'll be watching all the Real Housewives shit. Like, if I had Zeus, I would have been watching Baddies and all that stuff. But I'm not about to spend my money on that. Anyway, what else do I watch? Real Housewives, Married to Medicine, all that good stuff. I like just the drama of it all. Because I don't have it in my life, so I like living vicariously through other people. I'm like, yeah, bitch, tell her. All right, what's next on our current events list? Oh, Drea. So honestly, like, I saw the news circulating like 2 months ago of her about her being pregnant. Because so about like 2 months ago, I saw it like on vlogs and stuff that they were saying, she was at a basketball game and they kind of saw like she had a baby bump at the basketball game. So then like they knew that she was dating this young ass basketball player. I think is Jalen Green, and he's like 22 years old, and he's the same age as her oldest son. So then obviously we saw that she posted that she's pregnant on Women's Day.
Yes, and I wouldn't have known she was as old as she is if you wouldn't have told me how old she was.
I think she's 39 or 40, something like that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It is.
You're literally with a little ass boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's half your age. That's
forget that. He's your fucking kid's age.
Your oldest child's age. Like, that's just so cringy to me, and it just gives very much predatory behavior. And it's like, that also speaks to her fucking character. Like, how are you a grown ass woman getting pregnant by a little ass boy?
Yeah.
And like, what? You gotta do better.
Yes.
Like, she has the means to do better, but maybe that's what she wanted. She wanted a rich baby daddy that she could manipulate. Because because they was tearing her ass up in them comments on the blogs. Like, on the Shade Room, they was tearing her ass up.
Oh, I didn't read the
as
comments.
They should.
Yeah,
oh no,
for sure.
Anytime you go on the Shade Room and look at just go to the comments. That's where all the tea really is, because they really be eating people up and chewing them out.
No, I look at the comments for like the Diddy situation, because
okay, is the Diddy situation current or not? Because
I think
it's a couple months ago.
I think it's current. I mean, it's ongoing, so it makes it current.
Okay, it is.
Do we believe that Diddy did it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So what the fuck is taking so long? Like, how many more people do you need?
Honestly, if I were him, I would just fucking settle. Give them what they want, because you're guilty. Like, you're guilty.
He needs to die.
Why just string everything on along and make all these women suffer to see what you're going to do and give their testimony and all that stuff?
It's not even just women. It's also children.
Men, apparently, too.
Men, yeah.
Yeah, it's really fucking wild.
So you guys let us know if it's current or not, because that's what I wanted to talk about. And Sabrina's like, no.
I don't think it's current. I think it was a couple months ago that everything really dropped, that Cassie shared her story, and all these other women were coming out. But it is ongoing, so maybe it is current. Quién sabe.
And are we going to cover Who the Fuck Did I Marry?
Who the fuck did I marry on TikTok?
Who the fuck did I marry?
Okay, so I watched all 50 parts of it.
No, she sent me this thing on TikTok, and I'm like, first of all, bitch, I am not watching 50. Like, how long did you really sit there and watch?
It took me like 3 or 4 days.
No,
I kid you the fuck not. I swear to fucking God. It took me like 3 or 4 days while I was at work. I would just have it running in the back, because it was like 10 minutes long, each fucking one.
I can't do those type of videos, especially if honestly, she's like so monotone and she's not very interesting to look at or even to listen to. So I can't. I was like, no, I'm not fucking watching this. So I basically just saw I did the summary.
Okay, yeah, that's what I told you. Just do the summary.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even that interesting, honestly. Like all the lies. Like, girl, it was just red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. And he was ugly as fuck. Like he did not look like no CEO, no boss, like no money making ass man at all. Like that, and then all them lies that just kept adding up, and you stayed for a year and almost had a baby with this man. Like, girl,
Oh, at least it was an almost.
girl,
And not an
absolutely not.
actual.
No, absolutely not. No,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It was I don't know. It like there was some plot twist and all of that, but would I watch it as if it was a Lifetime movie? Probably not.
The only thing I got from it is that he was bipolar and schizophrenic, and his family didn't really even fuck with him. So that's kind of the ending. Sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, that's terrible. I'm sorry, sis, but don't turn it into a movie, please.
Please don't. I mean, it really wasn't that interesting. No.
Oh, excuse me. A waste of my fucking time.
Yes, bitch. Because if you spent 3 to 4 days, I'm like, no. As soon as I pulled up part 1, I was like, oh no.
I just wanted to see the tea she was about to drop, and
no. You could tell.
I have nothing better to do at work than to let that shit run in the background. So I did.
I don't even think.
A waste. Don't watch it. Just go watch the summary. She'll send it to you.
All right.
So our posting schedule.
Yes.
So we will be dropping on YouTube. So go follow our YouTube channel
at Unfiltered Vibes Podcast.
Please share all of our content on your stories on Instagram, TikTok.
Share, like,
subscribe, like on
review. Please
give us feedback, especially if you're a friend or our family. Por favor.
Yes.
Por favor. So we'll be dropping Thursdays every other week. And if we're late, I'm sorry. I'm going to be editing. I'm learning all of this. It's my first time doing any of this stuff. There's been some technical difficulties, some learning curves. So bear with us.
She's just an overall late person. She told me to get here at 12. I get here at 12 something. 12:30, I think.
Okay, air me out. Why don't you? The fuck?
She didn't even do her hair yet. So I had to sit here.
Honestly, I'm only ever on time for like appointments. If it's an appointment, like a doctor's appointment or something like that, I'm on time.
That's when it counts.
Anything else?
I don't like being late. That's one thing about me. I do really not like being late. You tell me 12 o'clock, I'll be there at 11:45 just because I'm that type of person.
I was at the grocery store. It's like 11:30. She calls me and she's like, bitch, why the fuck didn't you pick up your phone on the first ring? And she was like, well, the fucking liquor store doesn't open until 12, so I'm gonna be a little late. And I'm like, great, be there late because I'm at the fucking grocery store getting us stuff to make a coochie board. Also, I think it's charcuterie boards, but I call them coochie boards because it's funnier and it's easier
to pronounce.
But yeah,
that's one thing about me. I'm gonna pronounce shit wrong, so don't be coming at me because my husband likes to come at me, and I'm like, bro, I'm Mexican.
That's your excuse. Not that you're illiterate, that you're Mexican.
Damn, bitch.
Well, you told me I'm a late ass person.
Okay. And what's that compared to illiterate?
You literally said it yourself that you can't pronounce shit.
All right, whatever.
Anyway, yeah, this is us all the time.
So to close out our podcast, we will give you a little message of the day. To end off your week since we're doing Thursdays.
Yeah, and it's also International Women's History Month.
Yes, happy International Women's.
Yes. Yeah, we are a woman empowerment podcast.
All right, so the message of the day is no one can tell you who you are, and what you are made of. Only you yourself knows what you are made of, and only you yourself can do the work to become who you want to be. And that is by Mariska Hargitay, aka aka Olivia Benson.
I'm dead.
So,
all right. Thank you so much for tuning in.
yes,
We love
thank
y'all.
you. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.